So that brings us to our next question. Why are you, Marie, running for president? And why, Jim, why are you running for vice president?
Well, if I could jump in first. I asked Marie to run for president because the last 6 years I've watched her and her opponent in action. I've watched them take on politicians or not take on politicians. I've watched them push an agenda or not push an agenda. And to me, this last year especially, the most important year, when we asked single mothers to go out on strike, going forward, there's only one candidate for me, and that's Marie Neises. Marie asked me to run for president. I said, no, you're a better choice. Right? So it's not about us as people. It's about this organization and who has the better qualities to lead. And I really want to stress that. Marie and I, when I first got on the board, we didn't agree on much. And we had some really challenging conversations. And the fact was, we were able to disagree respectfully and listen to the other person and come around. I've evolved, in my opinion, because of her leadership, and she's come around to accept some things because I've made a valid point. Marie is as honest as the day is long. She has integrity like no one else I have met on that board. And I am honored to work with her. And I'm honored to support her for president because I believe, and I'm looking at people in the eye when I say this, I believe that she will stand up for you, your family, and our kids like no one else in this race.
Well, thank you, Jim. I definitely am touched by your words. And he is right. This is not something I ever dreamed of ever running for or inspired to do. I got on the board, like I said, to represent elementary school teachers and educators in my building. So for me, when I think about the work that I've done in the last 6 years, I was on the board initially as a zone board member, and then now I'm the CCA secretary. What's most important to me is being there for the members. It's their voice. I'm a way of making sure that their things that are important to them are heard. So thinking about why I decided to run, honestly, because during the last 6 years, I've seen the direction we've been going in. I've seen leadership within our organization grow, but it's not enough. So for me personally, when I think about the number of times I went out and spoke to members, because when I was on the negotiation team, I would go to schools with our CCA employees to find out what members really wanted. And I was hearing things that were a little bit disturbing. I don't know who your current leaders are. I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know what you're representing. Are you representing me? So to me, it was discouraging because our members should value our organization. We're there to represent them and their best needs. So when I thought about it after Jim asked me, which was a really hard decision to make, I felt that I had to, my work ethic. I mean, when I think back about the things that I'm willing to do as far as having hard conversations, whether, like Jim said, it's with legislators or the district, one of the things that I could think about is the day in the classroom, during the 3 days before school starts. I fought for that. I brought it up as an issue for elementary school teachers because that, again, is my perspective. And it would be 3 days of nothing but meetings at an elementary level. And I spoke to our secondary teachers on the board and said, is this important to you too? To have a day that is strictly yours to prepare for your students. And initially the district said no. And I went toe to toe with Eddie Goldman because that's the type of person I am. When I'm fighting for something on behalf of educators, you're going to hear me roar. You're going to hear me have those tough conversations. And I think the leaders of CCA need to have that. It's, yes, we build relationships with legislators or with district administrators, but at the end of the day, if we can't call the question and say, can you support us on an issue? What good are those relationships? Mm-hmm. You have to be able to have a tough conversation, whether it's with your best friend or someone you respect. Mm-hmm. We're here to represent educators, not worry about who I like and who I don't like. And I think for me personally, that's who I am. I mean, sometimes I think I'm too honest to a fault, and I hate to think about how I deliver things, but it's because it's the passion that I have. And I'm always driven about what's best for educators and for students.